Hello, welcome to this comeback yoga class. This is gentle yoga and meditation, and it lasts about 45 minutes. And we can get started whenever you're ready. If you are not familiar with Comeback Yoga is a nonprofit. We offer yoga and meditation classes to people who have served in the military and to their friends and family, and to people who are currently serving. And a lot of us have connections to the military. Either we are veterans or we have um, family who have been veterans or who are serving. And so if you want to know more about us, you can go to comebackyoga.org. And our staff is always really happy to help you. They're fantastic. And okay, let's get started. I'm going to start sitting down. You can sit with me. And once you're sitting, you can arrange your legs however you want to. We'll bring hands together and give ourselves an anchor point, starting point. Breathe in and breathe out. And notice that you are breathing. And this is just really simple way of easing into a meditation practice. You're noticing that you're breathing. So simple. You can do this anytime, anywhere. Notice that you're breathing. And there are lots of different ways that you can go from here. I'll suggest at least one. As you're noticing that you're breathing, you can observe the length of your inhale and the length of your exhale. Super simple. You're connecting your mind and your body and the process of your breath, noticing the length of your inhale and the length of your exhale. Meditation is a process, it's a practice, but it's also a state that occurs while you're practicing. It's both. While you're inhaling and exhaling and noticing the length of your inhales and the lengths of your exhales, you might also observe what happens when you're to your thoughts and to your feelings while you're observing this length of your inhales and length of your exhales. We'll do this a couple more times. And you can keep yourself in the same position, or you can shift your position, change your position of your legs, change the position of your arms, up to you. And we're still observing our breath, noticing the way that we're breathing. And we're shifting into a different way of noticing breathing. This time you're noticing the places where your breath transitions from inhale to exhale and where your breath transitions from exhale to inhale. And just put your awareness on a different part of the process of your breath. And you might notice all kinds of different things. Maybe notice that if the pauses are equal in length. Notice how the pause feels. If it feels like a rounding, kind of a turning, or maybe it feels like a rest. I don't know how it feels for you. You're going to decide that for yourself. And you don't have to get too caught up in it. You're just observing how it feels, what it is. You might notice that you don't have very much of a pause in between your inhales and your exhales, exhales, inhales. It's all fine. It doesn't have to be anything in particular. You're just noticing what is. And can gradually let that practice go as well. And start to move your fingers, roll through your wrists. Let's cross one arm under the other and find eagle arms. You can hold your shoulders, or you can put the backs of your hands together out in front of you. Sometimes, if you have a lot of muscle or flesh on the front of your body, it's more comfortable to keep your arms out in front of you and put the backs of your hands together. That's still eagle arms. You can do it that way too. You can look at the space of your hands or your arms out in front of you and sweep out and stretch wide. Drop your chin down toward your chest. Lift your head and then find the other arm underneath. Again, adjust the way that your arms wrap to suit your own body. Sweep your arms out. Drop your chin toward your chest. And lift your head. Place your hands on the tops of your legs and tilt one ear to one shoulder. Lift your head and tilt one ear to one shoulder, the opposite direction. Lift your head. Now let's move our legs around and stick your legs out in front of you, still sitting. Make one leg go long and have your other knee bent with your foot on the floor. You can wrap your fingers around the front of your shin to hold on and lean back a little. And we'll rock back onto our heels. Float your long leg into the air. And long leg comes down and switch legs. One foot on the floor with your knee bent, fingers wrapped around the front of your shin. Lean back, rock back onto your heels, and float your long leg into the air. And both legs out in front of you. Put your hands behind you and lift your rib cage. Stretch out the front of your body. And now let's bring our legs out in front of us. And take one ankle on top of the other ankle and start to glide your ankle up the length of your leg. And at some point, your knee wants to come up. It's going to be dependent on how warmed up your hip is of your leg that's bending. And just bringing it up gradually to a point where you can kind of rock your knee up and down, loosening up your hip. And we'll glide both legs long again, uncross, and do the other side. Cross ankle over your opposite ankle, and then slide your ankle up the length of your leg. And you might be below your knee or above your knee, you might be kind of close to your hip, or you might be far away. And then you're using your hands, your arms to lift and lower your knee. Encourage some movement in your hip joint. And sliding your leg long again, both legs long out in front of you. Let's press out through heels, lift your rib cage, and bring your hands back behind you. Lift your rib cage again. Let's go back to that putting one foot on the floor, one leg long. One foot on the floor, one leg long. Let's roll your foot on the floor with your knee bent. Roll the outside edge of your knee down towards the floor and roll it back up towards the ceiling. Roll your knee back up towards the ceiling. I'll do that again. Knee out towards the side and point knee up towards the ceiling. And then we're switching legs. One leg long, one knee bent. Roll the outside edge of your bent knee out to the floor and then back up towards the ceiling. Out to the floor is just a direction. You don't have to touch the floor, of course. And both legs long. Out in front of you, roll through your feet and your ankles. Now let's hold on to the both of legs, both backs of your legs. Walk your heels back and let's float feet off the floor. Roll through your feet and your ankles. And stretch out long. Hands on the tops of your legs. Lift your rib cage as comfortably as possible. Lift your rib cage, lift through the crown of your head. Keep breathing. Roll through your shoulders. And we'll gather up and find the boat pose. I'm holding on to the backs of my legs and bringing my shins parallel to the floor, and then taking one hand at a time off the backs of my legs and bringing my arms parallel to the floor as well. Try to keep a long torso and your head in line with your torso. Breathe in, breathe out. And rock forward. Let's fold up our legs and lean forward with a rounded back. You can let your head come forward, hands on the tops of your legs or hands on the mat. Let's lift up. Come into table position, shins and hands on the floor. Walk yourself into optimal position on your mat for your space. Let your hips lean from side to side. And we'll walk hands forward. Stretch our left leg back. Roll your left heel down to the floor, and we're turning and opening to the side in side plank. And then simply switch sides. Left knee down, right leg long, right heel comes to the floor, and turn and open to the side. Your right arm is up in the air, and your arms make one long line, pressing down into the floor, reaching up towards the ceiling. Lots of strength in your core here for balance. Both hands down, both knees down. And let's float one leg long back behind you. In the bird dog, you can choose either to have same side arm coming forward. I think that's a little more challenging, but everybody's got different challenges in their body. So you might try the opposite arm, see how that goes, and then switch. One leg goes long back behind you, and you can try both, same side arm and opposite arm. See how that goes. And both knees down, both hands down. Let's walk back into foot stretching pose. Your toes are tucked under. Your hips move back in the direction of your heels, and then you lift your torso. So your head, rib cage, hips are all in one line, and they're putting weight pressure on the bottoms of your feet because your toes are tucked under. Now that might be a little much if you don't do a lot of foot stretching poses. You can do lift your hips off of your heels and tuck your toes under that way, stretch that way, or you do one foot at a time. Sometimes that can be relieving to that pressure. The top of one foot would be on the floor, and your other foot, your toes would be tucked under. And coming up out of foot stretching pose, we're moving into kneeling position with the tops of your feet on the floor. Roll through your shoulders. Let's find the eagle arms with a low lunge. Stepping right foot forward, and your right arms forward, so your right leg's forward, so your right arm will be underneath. Wrapping your arms, eagle arms with a low lunge. We'll inhale and lift our rib cage a little bit. Lift your gaze. And exhale and bring your torso forward. You can let your arms hang. You've got a couple options here. You can bring your elbows to the top of your front leg, or you can slightly turn a little and let your arms come down and hang down on the inside of your front leg. Unwrap your arms, place one or both hands on the floor, and we'll walk forward a little into a lizard pose. Your hands might not reach the floor. They, of course, don't have to. Another way to find your lizard pose is to keep one elbow on the top of your leg and take one hand down to the floor or one hand to the front of your other leg. So we're leaning forward a little, encouraging stretch in your hips. And here again, you could employ one of those breath techniques where you're paying attention to that present moment, breathing in, breathing out, noticing your inhale, noticing your exhale, or perhaps you're noticing the pauses in between your inhale and your exhale. And we're lifting from lizard, bringing both legs back. Tuck your toes under, plant your hands down, and we'll come into the downward facing dog pose. Downward facing dog is an inversion. Your head is below your heart. If that's not comfortable for you for any reason, you could also turn it into a plank position where your head is in line with your heart. Keep monitoring, paying attention to your body. Breathe in, breathe out. Whenever we're doing these holding positions, holding poses, you can return to one of those breath techniques, noticing your inhales and your exhales or the pauses in between. And we'll bring ourselves back into table position. Let's stretch back one leg, heel down, turn it open into the side plank. Both hands down, both knees down. Stretch one leg long back behind you, heel down, turn and open to the side plank. And both knees down. We're finding the bird dog option to have one arm forward or opposite arm forward, same side or opposite. And then switching sides, one leg long back behind you. You can have opposite arm forward or same side arm forward. Both hands down, tucking your toes under. We're finding the foot stretching pose in your way. And lifting, finding eagle arms with the low lunge. So you're stepping other foot forward, leg that's forward is the arm that's underneath. Wrapping your arms around, we'll lift a little bit, lifting your elbows, then come forward. And you can either bring your elbows to the top of your front leg, or you can let your arms kind of hang forward and get a stretch there. And finding the lizard pose. You can bring your hands down towards the floor and lean. Of course, if leaning and bringing your hands to the floor doesn't work for you, you can stay more lifted. Keep your elbow on the top of your leg in front of you. And we're moving into downward facing dog pose. Hands and feet on the floor, hips pointing up to where the wall and the ceiling meet. From downward facing dog, let's try walking our feet towards each other and taking one foot off the floor. You can do this in a very, very, very simple way just by lifting your foot off the floor an inch or two, or you could bend your knee, bring your heel up towards your hip. And I'm alternating feet, one and then the other. And might move to Sticking one leg long into the air back behind me. And walking feet forward and hands back until we're in forward fold in the middle of the mat. You can put your hands on your opposite elbows. And here is a great spot to breathe in, breathe out, and listen to the sound of your breath. Release your arms down, rock back into your heels, bend your knees, squeeze your glutes a little, and glide up to a standing position. Roll through your shoulders. You can put your hands on your upper glutes and lean back a little if you bend your knees. Lots of space in front of your body. And lift up, arms down. Let's walk out a little bit. Can turn your upper body from side to side. Roll through your shoulders. Let's take arms out overhead, hands together, and pull your hands down center line of your body. Shift weight from one foot to the other foot. You can lift a heel and lift a heel. And we'll find a balance reach. Shift weight onto your left foot. You can turn your toes out a little bit. Extend your left arm into the air. Your right arm is down by your right side. Lean just a little bit and try taking your right leg off the floor so it matches the angle of your left arm. One long line from your left fingertips all the way down through your right heel. From balance reach, we'll turn it into the eagle pose. Take your floating right leg, wrap it over your left leg, sit a little, wrap your right arm underneath your left arm. We'll unwrap into bird of paradise. Take your right hand to your right knee and guide your right leg out to the side a little. Left arm reaches up. Both feet down. Get grounded. Bounce your heels a little, roll through your shoulders, bend your knees a little, sink weight into your footprints. Tuck your tailbone a little. Breathe in, breathe out. And then you're shifting from one foot to the other foot, lifting a heel, lifting a heel. And you can turn your right foot out a little bit. Shift weight onto your right foot. Your left heel lifts. Your right arm floats. And then your left arm is matching. You've got long lines all along your body. And try shifting a little bit more and letting your left leg float off the floor a little bit. Left foot float off the floor. Nice work. All right, we're finding eagle. Letting your left leg, your floating left leg, wrap over your right. Wrap your left arm underneath your right and sit. We're unwrapping into bird of paradise. Left hand guides your left knee out to the side a little. Right arm floats. You can always take your left foot to the floor if your balance is wanting that. And put both feet down. Hips in a circle. Roll through your shoulders. Move through your head. Hands together. Let's sit back and run through a couple of rounds of just flowy motion with breath. Turn your palms down, hinge forward. Inhale, gather in, reach forward. Exhale, sweep around, big circles, hands together above you. And draw your hands down center line and sit back. Mm. Inhale, reach up and reach out. Exhale, turn your palms down, hinge forward. Inhale, pull your thumbs by your shoulders, reach forward. Exhale, sweep around, hands together above you. Draw your hands down center line and sit back. We'll do one more. Let's lift up and step together up towards the top of the mat. Roll through your shoulders. Pick up your left heel. Glide your left foot back. Press your heel down. We're in pyramid pose beginning. If you place your hands on your hips and lift with your thumbs a little and press down with your front fingers a little, you'll encourage the tilt of your pelvis, and it'll help increase the stretch on the back of your front leg. You can bend your knee a little to soften that. We'll inhale to lift up, roll through your shoulders, and step together, hands together. Pick up your right heel, glide your right leg back, straightening both of your legs, hands on your hips, lift your thumbs a little, tilt your torso a little. Bending your knees and lifting, step together at the top of your mat. Hands together. Inhale to sweep out and up and overhead, hands together. Draw your hands down center line. Point your fingers down and follow your hands down towards the floor. Once you get there, try walking your feet out a little wider. Keep one hand down and take your other arm up into the air. And switch sides, one hand down, other arm up into the air. Both hands down, hands to the fronts of your legs. Glide yourself up. Roll through your shoulders, move through your head. Hands together, shift weight onto your left foot, take your right knee forward, and glide your right leg back, coming into warrior one position, arms sweep up and overhead, straightening up into pyramid position, tilting your torso forward, inhaling to lift and stepping forward into the tree pose, hands together, glide your right leg to the inside of your standing left leg. Your foot is on the inside of your leg, your knee is bent out to the side. Stepping together, taking your left knee forward, gliding your left leg back, stepping back, coming into warrior one position. Arms sweep up and overhead. Arms out, hands to the one on top of the other on your front leg, tilting in a pyramid pose. Inhaling to rise, bending into your front knee, and stepping together into the tree pose, hands together. Left foot floats forward and comes to the inside of your standing right leg. Stepping together, top of your mat, inhale to reach way high, exhale to sit back in chair pose. We'll do this a few times. Let yourself move and breathe. And here again is a really great spot to connect the length of your inhales with your awareness and the movement of your arms and the length of your exhales. So you're just connecting everything now, staying perfectly in this present moment with the process of your breath, which is involuntary, exactly as it is, and the movement of your arms, which is deliberately, voluntarily, consciously matching the length of your inhales and the length of your exhales. You're following the length of your breath with the movement of your body. And then you're rising with your inhale and sinking with your exhale. Lifting gaze and grounding down, getting more connected when you exhale. Let's do one more like that. A lot to experience here. Stay present, stay in the moment. And we'll let that practice fade. Just put your hands together, pause. Taking your left arm and left leg back. We're opening to the side a little bit, coming into Warrior Two pose. Try spreading out your fingers wide and then letting your fingers soften into just a natural extension. Take your arms down. Find eagle arms. Crossing your back arm, your left arm underneath your right. And we'll turn a little bit towards the front and sweep back out into classic Warrior Two position. You can walk your back foot forward a little bit, glide forward, hands together. Balance with your left leg floating forward in front of you. Your knee can be bent or your leg can be straight. And then step together. Here's our exercise once again. We're inhaling to lift and exhaling to lower. You can add a little more complexity to this by also noticing the match between your right side and your left side. Really giving yourself lots of ways to connect to movement and breath. Try to let your breath be the thing that guides you as you move. So when you're lifting up, you don't move until your exhale starts. You wait a little bit. And your exhale starts and then you move. You wait a little bit when your inhale starts, then you move. We'll do one more. And then lifting up, taking your right arm and your right leg back. We're moving into Warrior Two position. First, stretch your fingers out wide. It's really intense. And then soften up your fingers and your hands until they're just regular. Back arm wraps around. Front arm, finding eagle arms, and turn your upper body towards your front leg. And unwrapping your arms, coming back into classic Warrior Two position. And we're stepping forward into balancing hand to foot pose. You can stick your leg long or you can have your knee bent. Both feet down, roll through your shoulders. Hands on the fronts of your legs, coming into a forward fold. Keep one hand down, take your other arm up. Your hand down could be across your legs, it doesn't have to be touching the floor. And then switch sides, one hand down, other hand reaching up. Then hands on the tops of your legs, elbows out. And use your arms to lift yourself all the way back up. Stand in, roll through your shoulders. Inhale to sweep up and overhead. Exhale, arms down, hands on the fronts of your legs. Walk your hands down towards the floor, and let's come back into our downward facing dog positions. Let your shins come down to the floor. We're folding up into child's pose. Child's pose is a really big, deep knee bend. See how my thighs are right on top of my calves. I've been doing lots of these for a long time. It doesn't feel comfortable for everybody. And so find a way that makes it comfortable for you. You might have your hips higher up in the air, away from your knees. You could have your knees out wider with your big toes together. Sometimes that can give you more space. You could be more like on your shins and your forearms with your head away from the floor. Find a way to give the shape in your body some ease while you do it. Breathe in, breathe out. And we'll lift up from child's pose and come back to beginning position. Your beginning position is the sitting position that we started. Legs folded up, hands together. Take stock and notice your physical body. Notice any place that you want to shift or change. Maybe you'd like to sit in a different way or give yourself more support in some way. And from this very stylized, kind of artificial way of holding your hands, um, it's a it's a position, it's a pose. Your hands like this. Um, See if you can kind of shake your hands out a little bit, and then what would you do just kind of sitting, resting? Would your hands be in your lap? Would your hands be down by your sides? Would you feel comfortable crossing your arms? Like what's best? One hand inside the other. What's best for your body right now? The most comfortable, natural position you can give your arms and your hands. Might weave them together. Just suggestions. Try and let yourself find that position for your arms and your hands. And once you've done that, even if you just chose something that I suggested, that's fine. Um, Swallow, move your mouth around, move your face around. And one more time, let's turn our attention to breathing. Breathe in, breathe out. Except this time, we're encouraging the length of our exhales. Your inhale stays exactly the same. Your inhale is natural, exactly how it is. And as you exhale, encourage the length of your exhale. Let your exhale stretch out a little bit. That might mean that you do it a little more slowly. It could mean that you um, feel like you're sitting a little more with a little more weight. Maybe you round your back a little bit to get a little more um, a little more oomph out of your exhale. And you take a regular inhale, soft regular inhale, and encourage your exhale to get a little bit longer. Regular inhale, and then encourage your exhale to get a little bit longer. You can do what you like with your eyes. Maybe your eyes are closed, maybe they're looking at a particular spot. See if you can let your eyes rest, however you choose to do that. Bring your gaze to a little bit more steady space. Regular inhale, and then let your exhale, invite your exhale to stretch out. We'll do that a few more times. And on your last exhale, just be as soft as possible at the end of it. Just let it trail off, drift off at the end. On your inhale, you can blink your eyes a little, roll your head around a little bit, lift your shoulders. Big inhale and exhale through your mouth. Take your hands and glide your hands over towards the sides of your shoulders. Glide down from your shoulders down toward your elbows. Glide your fingertips from your cheekbones down toward your jawline. Glide your fingertips center of your forehead out toward your temples. Glide your hands over the top of your head, to the back of your head, to the tops of your shoulders. And draw little circles with your elbows. Wrap your arms across the front of your body. Hold onto your shoulders and hang forward. Lifting your head, taking your hands to your opposite elbows and floating your forearms up. Release your arms out to the sides and come into whatever resting position you chose that first time that we were looking for resting position. And observe how you feel, anything that occurs to you. You might observe your thoughts or how your body feels or your feelings. You might notice things filtering through your senses, like what you see or what you hear, what you smell or taste. And you can bring your hands together, rub your hands together. Soft inhale breath through your nose and exhale through your mouth. Let's do one more like that. Inhale and exhale. Well, thanks so much. Thanks for joining me, and thanks for joining Comeback Yoga for this class. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day. Please remember to go to our website, comebackyoga.org, and you can join in any classes, join the community, be part of the community. You are so welcome. And I look forward to practicing with you again soon.